Click the links, join channel here over at SubScribeStar. So Godzilla, -1 director, dunks on Marvel Studios' big budget inefficiency, which might be an issue, but it's not the issue. I don't think he quite understands the Hollywood culture. So quick video, SCWs, turn off the video now. Low budget movie does really well, which in one sentence is a great formula for Hollywood, and Deadpool and the Joker did it. So why can't Hollywood do the same? Well, the short version, and that I don't think he understands, is that everything to the left has to be propaganda. Otherwise, they consider it a wasted use of resources. And that's where they'll get on Twitter with their passive aggressiveness if you leave out something that they felt should have been in, or outright incandescent, insane hatred if you put something in there like, we're gonna have a fair, impartial view of something. They lose their mind over that concept. So the director gives an interview, and he's trying to figure out why Hollywood movies are losing money so often, which even if you don't follow Hollywood, they definitely have been. So he's blaming technical issues, which is not the primary issue. The issue is Hollywood has to make woke movies with the message, the capital T in quotes, bold-faced font message in them. They can't even make neutral movies, and they can't just treat people equally, because that would mean that you'd treat pox the same as the people of the light. And to them, treating people equally is not allowed in their globalist worldview, because the obese Twitter SJWs would lose their mind, even if it's in that passive-aggressive, feminine way, when the woman starts the phrase, I just think it's funny that. Then, if you want to defuse the situation, ask her if she has PMS. That will calm her right down. Anyway, this Japanese guy knows Hollywood is woke, but he doesn't understand how far gone things are. Things are so far gone that I have to sort of seriously wonder how Hollywood is going to survive levels of gay this extreme. I mean, literally levels of gay where everything has to be... Well, now I guess it's trans. I guess that's the next big thing. So Japan has a concept of political correctness. Every country has something similar. I don't think there's another country that carries it to the extent that America carries it to. And California would be a distillation of America, in that regard. And then Hollywood would probably be the peak, because they're the ones who are making most of this propaganda. So I think he's trying to figure it out, and he goes, oh, well, Hollywood must have a technical problem. There's inefficiencies the way they film their movies, which, yeah, maybe, but I sort of suspect Hollywood knows what it's doing with the technical side of movies, because that's not the problem with the movies, I don't think. Because when they want to make a movie, they can. When they need to squeeze out a hit, they can increase the probabilities in that direction. It's like even movies that are woke, you can, like The Marvels, with the Brie Larson sequel, the Captain Marvel sequel, the technical side of that movie was first rate. The sets and the sound and the costume and all that kind of stuff, pretty CGI heavy for sure. But they with the technology allotted to them at the time, the CGI was as good as it could get, which, really, God, everyone should dial down CGI and go to practical effects, but that's probably not going to happen. The thing is, it's not the technical inefficiencies. And when Hollywood movies make money, which if they weren't woke, they would do, like a couple inefficiencies in the process of costing them, it costs us $5 million to do it this way. But, when the movie goes on to net like $400 million, it just doesn't matter. And then it goes on to like a streaming thing and all that kind of stuff. It's not that aspect of it. It's the ideology of it, where they have this globalist religion of wokeness, and the people funding the movies and distributing the movies are all on the same page of funding wokeness, even if it costs them money. And the thing is, it's like trying to convey this without sounding like a total fucking nut job, is they repeatedly are making woke and like trying to convince the left wing of this. I wonder if there's any chance, probably not a chance in hell of that, of saying, okay, the Hollywood's making movies that you could kind of roughly call woke. They have themes that under the umbrella term of woke: feminism, globalism, anti-white, anti-Christian, misandrist, destroying the patriarchy, left-wing concepts. And I'm sure the left wing would view them through a different. I mean, like treating people fairly and all this kind of, kumbaya 60 scrap. It's like, yeah, but you're not treating people fairly because literally the protagonists and antagonists are not fairly apportioned among the people. It's like that's why they call these. That's why we call them Mary Sues and purse puppies, because you can't treat people fairly. Because if you did, you'd have social media lose the SJWs on social media would lose their mind, and then all those digital magazines, Variety and CBR and Hollywood Reporter, and then like the entertainment part of the mainstream, Post and Times and Forbes. He's even got an entertainment section. They would all lose their mind if you did something that actually treated people equally. They just can't. They just can't handle that. Okay, now I'll just say now to get the people to understand that Hollywood repeatedly makes woke movies that repeatedly lose money. Now just pause and look at that and ask why something that you would think is motivated is focused on business, is motivated on a return on investment, why they would do that unless they were crazy, they were stupid, or they were doing this on purpose and they accepted that it was losing money to push ideology. And I hear the left wing and a lot of kind of normie, in the middle political bell curve right wing people who are not rabbit hole explorers. They go, "Oh, Hollywood just wants to make money. They wouldn't do this if they didn't think they could make money." And you look at them and you go, "So explain why they're making movies like the Marvels or the Eternals or any list of a long list of movies in the past 10 years, woke like Ghostbusters, feminist-led, girl power, Charlie's Angels type of movies. Why do they keep repeatedly making the movies if they're just chasing the dollar?" At some point, you have to understand, oh, that's not their motivation. We were wrong in thinking that was their motivation. So their motivation is something else. And that's a weird awakening for a lot of people because it makes them feel uncomfortable to think that $1 trillion industry with $1 billion companies are not operating as we, the audience, would operate according to a simple profit and loss. Like there's artistic stuff in it as well. Like we would chase the art even if we wouldn't make as much money because you have to satisfy that part of your soul. As long as you're making some money, it's okay. You can subsidize some films, but that they're not even doing that, and they're not chasing the dollar as perhaps they used to, maybe in the 80s and 90s, making that kind of fun stuff. They're pushing ideology to the point where they're losing hundreds of millions of dollars, or Disney in specific lost almost $1 billion last year. So their motive is something else, and people just kind of have to accept that, and then welcome to the rabbit hole, and that makes people, I don't know, it makes anytime you're learning something new, it's like sailing out. You go over this shallow shelf, and then suddenly the water goes from a light blue to very, very dark, and it gets colder. It's like because you're sailing. What was that? Monterey Bay has got a drop off where it's just an extreme drop off. As soon as you could be swimming out, and suddenly the water gets cold, and you're out over the deepest of waters, and there are monsters in the deep, for sure. Anyway, it's not a technical. Marvel's only did $200 million worldwide. No way. I know it lost $200 million because they got a tax credit for some of it. So the total cost of the movie was only like $240 million plus $100 million in advertising. So they did not do nice. Whoa. See, here's the thing. If I was directing this movie, I would have played this up. God, she's in shape too. Look at her. That is she's looking pretty good. Where was I going with this? I don't know where I was going with this. I got distracted by milkers. She isn't. I mean, look at the low body fat in the forearms. That is in very, very good shape. I would have played this up all the way, but they didn't. They I don't know what the Ms. Marvels was about. God, what a stupid movie that was. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys over at Odyssey and SubScribestar. Thanks to the new members over there. See you next video. Oh, wait. Shit. Okay, I got to 9 minutes and 40 seconds. I guess I'll stretch this out. Talking about Brie Larson's milkers. Shit, what did I'm not trying to... No, I'm just... No, I'm just screwing. You could just edit this part out. You don't have to stretch it out to 10 minutes. You're right, but YouTube doesn't let you edit the videos like they used to. You used to be able to do that in the upload process. You could clip the beginnings and the ends of the video. And now, for some reason, they don't let you do that. You just have to upload it as is, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Like, you can also do this on a computer, you know. You don't have to do it on a crappy old cell phone. Yeah, I guess technically you're right. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys all next episode.